Hi Aquarius, it's Rebecca from Being Human Tarot, and I'm here with your August 2018 reading, which is going to be a little bit different from how I did it for July. I'm doing a 3-card spread this time, with the first card being what to focus on this month, the second card being what to set aside this month, and the third card being an additional consideration for the month. I'm also pulling from, where's the box? Kim Krans's Animal Spirit deck. If you're familiar with her, if you're into tarot and you're familiar with her other deck, The Wild Unknown, it's very popular. She does some great line drawings, and so that'll be sort of like a bonus oracle card at the end of the reading. So, to get started, your first card for the focus of the month is the Fool. The Fool is a big deal. The Fool is the very first card of a tarot deck, period. It's also a major arcana card. So what we have here is really you going on a big journey. Journey's not my favorite word all the time, but when you're talking about tarot, it can be very necessary, and it's, the major arcana is even described as the Fool's journey, because it's kind of like bringing you along like the different life steps that we acquire. But so the Fool is it's a beautiful card because it's such a good contrast between, I don't want to say positive and negative because they both have, but like the different sides of a coin. So on the one hand, something big this month is happening, and it's new, and it might be something that you've been wanting for a long time. If it's a career change, do it. Like the Fool's energy is with you, that's good. If it's a move, do it. Like it's big change. It's change that's setting you on a course to a different chapter of your life. And we love the Fool because in order to do that kind of big change, we have to just we have to go for it. We can't be, I'm a Virgo, so it's hard for me. Like, I like to regiment things out. I like to know exactly what I'm getting into, what the risk factors are, and other earth signs probably can relate to that. Also, just other signs in general. I mean, it's very human. But the fact of the matter is, when we make big change like that, we can't plan it all out. So some element of us just has to go forward and like trust, and maybe not fully trust, but just realize that you have to take that action to get there. So there's that aspect of the Fool, and there's also, if you look at this card, so the woman is smelling a flower, and then like right behind the flower is this snake. It's like gonna get her, which is it's about the Fool in a way is like the Pages, in it being a younger, less jaded energy where you're just gonna go forth down the path. You're just gonna smell that flower, even if you're not like fully aware of what could be behind it, what the consequences are. But if we didn't ever take risks, we wouldn't ever get anywhere. And so the message for you this month and the focus is to go ahead and take that risk. Whatever it is that's calling you, that you're feeling passionate about, you're interested in, that you've been wanting to do, go do that. But, also just keep in mind, keep the snake in mind, in the back of your head. Like, don't panic because of it and freak out and decide like you can't. Still go for it, but don't go for it completely blindly. So for For your card of what to avoid this month, you drew the Ace of Cups. Which actually, I can't remember which sign, but another sign also drew this this month in the same position of what to avoid. And really, the message is this month might not be the best time for new love stuff. New love stuff meaning if you're not partnered, but you're interested in someone, if you can, maybe don't throw yourself into it 1000% this month. Whatever you have going on with the Fool, whatever you need to throw yourself into with this is more important right now. And you don't want to get distracted or somehow off of the course of the Fool because of being really into someone, which is so easy to do, right? It's not a fun message, but honestly, sometimes it's just not the right time to be throwing ourselves into a relationship. Or if we're already in a relationship, maybe it's time that you take a little bit more time for yourself this month. And it's not to say that that means you cease to be a good partner. But if you can communicate that, like, hey, oh my God, I'm so, like, this opportunity came up, I would love your support, but I'm gonna need to focus on that for a bit, just so you know. And then it's like, you know, hopefully you have a partner who's responsive to that, and like the Ace of Cups isn't going away. It's a, you know, for this month it's saying set it aside for now, but I mean, the message is never going to be set aside love, like, indefinitely. Like, no. It's just that sometimes we have to focus on ourselves in certain ways that relationships and romantic kind of diversions can disrupt. And you don't want that to happen this month. So just think about it. Consider it. For your card of additional consideration, you pulled the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a good card. I mean, sorry, I still do that as much as I try not to. Just say, like, a good card. I never call anything a bad card, I think. There are obviously cards that are a lot more grim illustration-wise, but they all have pretty positive messages, even though some of them are more challenging. Anyway, but the Nine of Cups is typically seen as a card that, like, people draw and are pretty excited about. It's about having, oh, look at all those cups. All those cups are yours. So you're feeling very fulfilled this month. It could even be, like, this could be sort of an end of the month consideration, and whatever you did to get things off the ground with your Fool mission is successful already. Maybe you're already seeing the benefits and the rewards of that endeavor. So while it's a message to enjoy and feel good about the progress you've made, also Cups, so it's a water sign, it's emotions, another Cups, right? So maybe it even is like, maybe it is that you went on this, you took this risk. Your partner supported you needing to take a little bit more time for you right now. And then the end result is this sort of, like, emotional abundance. And feeling really good and, like, having the time at the end of the day to sit down and, like, drink as much as you would like. Not really, but, you know, you get the picture. You have a lot. You have a lot. And again, with some of the good stuff, like the awesome opportunity that the Fool presents, you also, though, you want to be grateful for the Nine of Cups and not take it for granted and not be kind of smug over it. Not throw it in anyone's face this month. Which I'm not saying you would do, but it's very easy for everyone, I think, just as people to get used to things being nice and lose a little bit of perspective. So just keep that in mind this month as an additional consideration. For your final card, with the, sorry, a little sweaty, hot in here. The Animal Spirit deck, you drew Cosmic Egg, which is this snake wrapped around a colorful egg. Oh, actually, you know what? Look at all your snakes this month. I love snakes. Don't get weirded out by them or think of them as like Satan-y and evil as like some people do. Snakes get a bad rap. But so in Kim Krans' deck, also like it's a great illustration, right? The snake is so snaky. Also the snake is so snaky, sorry. Adjectives. But the back of these cards actually is a snakeskin too. So snakes times 3 for you. But sorry, sidetracked. So the this circle at the top of her spirit deck is sort of the more ethereal, like divine suit, where a lot of the animals in it aren't typical animals like your otter and whale and what have you. It's higher level kind of stuff that's more mythical, like the unicorn is also in the suit. And so actually this card is the final card in the entire deck, which you also pulled the first card in the entire tarot deck, and you're pulling the final card for her entire spirit deck, which, I mean, frankly, I feel like that's a super positive sign. Like, whatever you're picking up this month with the Fool, whatever journey you're going on, it's gonna end really well. I feel like it's kind of like there's like so much possibility. And the way that she describes, when I say she, I mean Kim Krans, describes this card is as kind of being like this capstone on your spiritual journey and on your own like self-realization and self-understanding, which makes sense as the final card in any deck. Because it's the final card in the deck, I would tend to kind of naturally think a little bit about the world as being the final deck in tarot. But I don't want to make too much of a comparison because I do think that this is where the world is about a lot of things. It's about a lot of different stages of completion and feeling full, or feeling whole is maybe a better way to say that. Cosmic Egg is more about feeling spiritually and mentally whole. So maybe this is kind of a bit of a sign of what could come at the end of your Fool's journey, and maybe you're gonna get a little taste of it this month. You know, like here, this is more about material stuff, which is good. It's not to say that that's not important, but what's really important is knowing yourself and being fulfilled in your mind. Although we also all have to be fulfilled in our bodies and like our shelter and our material needs before we can, or not before necessarily, it's just also another important consideration. I feel like I'm going back and forth now and being a little bit silly, so I'm going to end the reading. If you liked it, I encourage you to give it a thumbs up. And I would love it if you also wanted to subscribe to the channel. And if you click the bell icon next to subscribe, you'll then get automatically notified as soon as I upload this suite of videos for the next month, which I'll always do before the first of that month. Might be very close to the first. There are 12 signs after all, but it'll always be before the first, so that you can get a little bit of time to check out what's ahead for you. I will pause this now and I'll pan down so that you can see what this spread looks like laid out. Okay, that's it. So there you go. You can see your Fool, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, and Cosmic Egg. Thanks for tuning in. See you next month, Aquarius.